Alright, it's time to rebuild my 4-piston BAER SS4 brake calipers. The first step is to pry out the brake pads. As you can tell, this brake pad is completely glazed over. So I'll be using air pressure to get the pistons out of the caliper. This JEGS AN line tester fitting does the trick, alongside a banjo fitting that I had in my shop. You can also use just an air nozzle with a rubber tip as well. The brake pad retaining clips are removed. These were pretty damaged and were very difficult to remove. I also had some pad knockback issues that scored up the caliper a bit, so I used a carbide bit burr to grind off the melted and galled aluminum. After grinding, I used my solvent tank to clean up the brake caliper. I attached my air nozzle adapter and added some 2x2 wood blocks inside of the brake caliper. The pressure then moves the piston out of the bores. So the pistons are very hard to remove, but it's much easier to remove them if the piston is sticking out all the way. But if they stick out too much, you lose the ability to use air pressure to remove the remaining pistons. I used a random mix of blocks, plates, and clamps to get all the pistons out. If a piston is fighting you, I found that wrapping a string around the piston and tightening the string with a set of pliers gave me enough leverage to get the piston out. I then removed my pressure fittings and then removed the 2 bleed screws. A pick makes it easy to remove the main pressure O-ring, alongside the top dust seal. My cheap sonic cleaner was just large enough to fit this brake caliper in it. While the cleaner is running, I used some Scotchbrite to clean off the pistons. And now for the new seals. Lubricate the O-rings with brake fluid, then install the main O-ring in the bottom groove. The dust scraper O-ring is thinner and is installed on the top groove. I also decided to test out these Wilwood Anti-Knockback Springs. Although not designed for this brake caliper, I'm going to see how they work out. Lubricate the piston and then press it in. After wiping down the brake caliper, the new pad shims and my racing pads go right in. A quick pressure test, and I see no leaks. That's good. However, in most braking systems, the lines can see upwards of 1500 psi or more, so make sure to check for leaks when the brake caliper is reinstalled and tested. So that's it for now. Make sure to subscribe and follow me on Instagram to see what I'm gonna do to fix my very crappy performing brakes on my race car.